Good afternoon, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Today we're going to continue our recorder video lessons. So last week we talked about a review of our notes that we have learned in class so far, reviewing resting and playing position, and then we got into our yellow belt piece, Gently Sleep, and our orange belt piece, Merrily We Roll Along. So today we're going to review all of those things. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at the first video, I would highly recommend you go take a look at that. In that first video, you get a little preview of Merrily We Roll Along. We're going to dive a little more into it in this video, okay? But let's go ahead and start with a quick review of our hand positions, resting positions, and things of that nature, okay? So remember, which hand should be on top of the recorder? Your left hand. Very good. Your left hand on top of the recorder. Make sure that thumb is covering the back. And now let's review our position for B. So your B position is that first finger covering the top hole. Make sure they're both completely covered. Reviewing A, that's placing that middle finger down on the second hole. Making sure they're both covered. And finally, G, placing that ring finger down on the third hole, okay? So now you have just reviewed B, A, and G. We're going to do a few patterns in order to warm up. Let's remember that when we are blowing into the recorder, that we are using a steady, gentle stream, making sure we're not blowing too hot or too hard, so that the sound doesn't squeak and so that the recorder doesn't make a really terrible sound, okay? So we're going to do 4 G's, then 4 A's, then 4 B's, okay? So I'm gonna play 4 G's, you repeat 4 G's, then 4 A's, you repeat 4 A's, 4 B's, you repeat 4 B's. Watch my fingers if at any point you get confused, okay? Show me resting position. That is your mouthpiece on your chin. Very good. And show me playing position. Very good. We've just reviewed all 3 notes needed for Gently Sleep and for Merrily We Roll Along. Since we've had several weeks and we had been learning Gently Sleep in class, we're going to go ahead and dive right in and use that as a warm-up today before we get to Merrily We Roll Along. Okay, so before we get started on Gently Sleep, show me resting position G. That's all 3 of our fingers down. Okay? And I'm going to play along with you on this one. And playing position. Make sure you're getting that skip from B to G. Rest. 2 more times. Very good. All right, so good review on Gently Sleep. Hopefully you got that switch from B to G. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my recorder down for a second, and we are going to exit out of this and take a look at Merrily We Roll Along. So hopefully it's not too hard to see on here. We had a little preview of this piece last week, so this week we're going to dive a little more into it. And we are going to get into the rhythm, get into the notes, things of that nature, okay? So first we're going to clap and speak our rhythm. So we are clapping our quarter notes, ta, and our half notes, ta, ah. Remember, we do not clap on the ah, okay? So we're going to go ahead and clap and speak together. I'm going to use one finger to point, and I'm going to use the other hand to keep the beat, okay? So this is going to be my version of clapping. 1, 2, together, clap and speak. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Ta, 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 ah. Okay, so pretty simple rhythm, okay? And then we're going to figure out the notes in our first 2 measures, okay? So the notes in our first 2 measures, we're going to use Every Good Boy Does Fine for line notes and Face for space notes, okay? So let's start with our line notes. I'm going to point to the bottom line, and as we go up, I want you to say the line note sentence with me. Ready, go. Every good boy does fine, okay? Now let's go ahead and figure out all of our line notes in these first 2 measures, okay? Let's start from the bottom, saying our sentence, and we'll stop when we get to the note. Every good boy. So we stopped on boy, so that note is going to be B, okay? Let's go on to this line note, saying our sentence, ready, go. Every good, okay? That is a G, great. Let's go on to our second measure, our line notes. 1, 2, line notes, sentence. Every good boy. So we stopped on boy, so that is going to be a B. Now, take a look at these notes. These notes are on the same line. So we know that if notes are on the same line or the same space, then it's the same note, right? So we have B, B, and B, okay? Now let's go back and review the notes for our space notes. Space notes spell face, bottom to top, spaces. Say it with me as I point to the spaces. Ready, go. F, A, C, E, okay? Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stop on the space that has the note. Ready, go. F, A. So that space note is A. Now take a look at this space note. Is that space note on the same space? Yeah, so that's going to be an A2, all right? Now, B, A, and G, we've just identified all of the notes used in this piece, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and review our starting position. So our starting note is going to be B, okay? So that is our B. We are going to go measure by measure. When I point to you, you're going to repeat after me. I'm starting at measure 1, then I'll point to you, measure 2, point to you, okay? So on and so forth until we finish the piece. Starting on B, show me rest position, and bring it into playing position. My turn. All right, very good. Now, we're going to go over to our last step of today's video lesson. If my computer lets me. There we go. And we are going to play along with the same video that we played with yesterday, okay? So I'm going to be playing along with you with this video. This is our final step of the lesson. If you complete this, then you are done. So before we begin, show me resting position. Great. Now bring it up to playing position. Very good. Now we're going to try that one more time. Since this is going a little faster, if you lose track, then you can look at my fingers if you lose track of your fingering, or you can look at the little icons below the music on the video. So we're going to be showing you the correct fingerings. Let's try it one last time. Excellent. Okay, so we have just dived a little deeper into our orange belt piece. As always, if you get to practicing at home and you feel like, yeah, I'm ready for this belt, whether it's white, yellow, orange, or any of the higher belts, go ahead, record a video of yourself testing for that piece, and then with your parents' permission, send it to pajones@uplifteducation.org. Okay? There I'll be able to tell you if you have earned your belt for whatever piece you're playing or whatever belt you're trying to get, or I'll be able to tell you if, hey, you're halfway there, go back home, practice a little more, and send me another video, okay? So happy playing, guys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next week's video. We miss y'all, and we miss seeing you and having you in our classrooms, and we really hope we get to see you soon. Stay safe out there.